A bird enters the endless dark. Black ocean below. Moonlight above. Cold mist moving across the waves like breath from another world. Somewhere between sky and water, a tiny Arctic tern cuts through the night. It weighs less than your hand. Its bones are delicate. Its wings are narrow. Its body looks too fragile for the size of the planet. And yet, this bird crosses the earth. Not once, not twice, but again and again. From the Arctic to the Antarctic, from frozen breeding grounds to distant southern oceans, from one edge of the world to the other, following summer across the globe like a living compass with wings. Over a lifetime, its travel distance can become almost impossible to imagine. Some Arctic terns may fly distances that, across years, equal multiple journeys from Earth to the Moon and back. A creature lighter than a sandwich carries a map larger than human imagination. How? No printed map, no phone, no satellite screen, no teacher drawing a route across the sky. Only wind, stars, sunlight, memory, magnetism, hunger, fat, danger, and instinct older than language. This is biological GPS. And migration is one of the greatest miracles in nature. It begins in a place of frozen silence. On Arctic shores, summer light stretches across the day and night. The sun barely leaves. The world glows with endless feeding opportunities. A tern chick hides among rocks while wind shakes its soft feathers. A parent arrives with a small fish. Hunger teaches urgency before the chick even understands the sky. Summer gives light. Light gives food. Food gives growth. But light will not last. As the season turns, clouds swallow the sun. The air shifts. The insects change. The ocean changes. Somewhere inside the bird, a clock begins to wake. This clock is not made of metal. It is made of blood, hormones, light, and ancient timing. The body starts preparing for departure before the mind could ever explain why. Restlessness spreads through feathers. Appetite rise. Muscles strengthen. Fat begins to accumulate. The bird is not simply getting ready to fly. It is becoming migration. At departure, the flock faces the horizon. There is no road, only an open planet. Then one bird lifts from the cliff. Another follows. The sky fills with leaving. The first instrument is the sun. Ad Dampf, the sun gives direction. But the sun moves across the sky, so the bird must correct for time. Without an internal clock, the sun compass would deceive it. Morning east is not afternoon east. Direction changes with the hour. So the bird combines sunlight with its internal rhythm. A moving star becomes a reliable guide because time corrects the angle. But clouds make the puzzle harder. When the sun disappears, hidden patterns of polarized light may still remain in the sky. Birds can use subtle visual cues that human eyes barely notice, extracting direction from light we usually ignore. Then night arrives, and the sky changes language. stars appear above the ocean, and migratory birds read the heavens. Young birds can learn the rotation of the night sky, using the turning stars around a fixed point as a celestial guide. The stars become coordinates. The ocean becomes a mirror. A gap in the clouds may be enough to restore direction. But the sky is not the only map. Beneath everything, Earth hums. Our planet is wrapped in a magnetic field, invisible to us, but essential to countless travelers. Some birds appear able to sense magnetic direction. The exact mechanisms are still being studied, but the idea is astonishing. A bird may perceive the planet's magnetic field as part of its navigational world. Dose. Magnetism is invisible. To them, it may be guidance. The Earth itself may whisper this way. But no single guide is enough. The sun can vanish. Stars can disappear. Wind can push a bird off course. Clouds can hide the horizon. Landmarks may vanish over the open sea. So migration is layered. Sun compass, star compass, magnetic sense, wind, coastlines, rivers, mountains, smell, sound, memory, experience. Each cue supports another. Together, they become certainty. That certainty is tested most brutally over water. The open ocean offers no branch, no tree, no island, no safe place to land. Below is only blue emptiness and waves that do not care whether a bird is tired. Some birds, like the bar-tailed godwit, can fly for incredible distances without stopping. No rest. No refueling. Only muscle, wind, stored fat, and will. Before departure, these birds feed intensely. Mudflats become fuel stations. Worms, crustaceans, and tiny prey become tomorrow's flight. Some migratory birds nearly double their body weight before the journey. That extra weight is not weakness. It is stored courage. Fat becomes thousands of wing beats. The body may even reorganize itself for the trip. Organs involved in digestion can temporarily shrink when feeding is no longer possible. Flight muscles take priority. The body makes room for endurance. Migration is not just movement across the world. It is transformation inside the body. When the bird finally launches, it carries its future as fuel. Every mile burns the battery. Every headwind steals tomorrow. A tailwind becomes free energy. A storm becomes a threat to the whole equation. Wind can help or betray. A small error in course can grow into hundreds of miles. A bird blown off route may find itself over impossible water, with no land and no second chance. So it keeps calculating. Not with numbers. With senses older than language. Feathers translate the air. Wings read pressure. Eyes read light. The inner body reads timing. The brain layers every clue into one living route. Then comes another impossible question. How do they sleep? A bird crossing the ocean cannot simply stop and rest. For some species, sleep becomes fragmented. In certain birds, One hemisphere of the brain may rest while the other remains alert. This is known as unihemispheric sleep. Half the brain can sleep. The other half keeps watch. Frigate birds revealed astonishing clues about sleep and flight. Researchers found that they can rest in brief fragments while soaring, especially during glides. Seconds of sleep matter when the journey offers no bed, no branch, and no safety. Sleep becomes motion. Rest becomes survival technology. But danger never disappears. Storms punish tired wings. Rain adds invisible weight to feathers. Turbulence breaks formation. Lightning turns the sky into violence. A bird must choose altitude, wind layer, and direction while its energy reserve continues to fall. Some survivors find temporary steel islands ships crossing the open sea. An exhausted bird may land on a railing for minutes, wet, trembling, and alive, because 5 minutes of rest can save a journey. Then human light appears. Cities glow beneath migrating flocks like false stars. Bright towers can pull birds downward. Glass reflects sky and moon, turning open air into invisible walls. Fog multiplies the danger, scattering light until the whole city becomes a trap. Ancient instincts meet modern confusion. Power lines cut the open air. Wind turbines spin through migration routes. Suburban cats wait where tired birds stop to rest. Drought dries wetlands. Pollution poisons shores. Plastic and oil damage feathers that must remain perfect. A feather is not decoration. It is living technology. Its barbs interlock. Its surface sheds water. Its shape controls air. If feathers fail, flight fails. If flight fails during migration, the journey ends. And still, they continue. Through storm, through city light, through predators, through hunger, through a planet changing faster than the old maps. At last, after thousands of miles, land appears beneath the clouds. The destination grows closer. Now endurance gives way to precision. A river bend feels known. A coastline curves like memory. A mountain rises like a warning. A single old tree near a wetland may call the bird home. After crossing oceans, storms, and continents, the bird may return to the exact branch, the old nest site, the same stretch of habitat where life began before. Precision feels like magic. But it is biology. Memory begins to matter again. The bird circles above the nesting site. It lands. Another voice answers nearby. A mate may return. A nest is repaired. Eggs appear in a shallow cup. The journey becomes a future. Then a chick cracks the shell. The next traveler is born. It eats without knowing why. It watches adults fly overhead. It stretches new wings in the long Arctic light. It practices awkwardly above the rocks. Soon, the pull will return. Restlessness will spread through its small body. The map is not written on paper. It is written in flesh. Migration is not only birds. Monarch butterflies cross continents. Whales follow oceans. Salmon return upstream. Caribou move across tundra. The earth itself seems to move with life. But birds make the invisible highways visible. Above us, at night, sagas are passing. Thousands of wings moving through darkness while we sleep beneath roofs and streetlights. Some are following stars. Some are reading magnetic fields. Some are listening to waves too low for us to hear. Some are flying on fat built from insects in mudflats. Some are half resting in the air. Some are escaping storms by a single lucky choice. A feather carries a continent. A wingbeat becomes a legend. And the Arctic Tern, tiny against the planet, reminds us of something profound. Smallness does not mean weakness. Strength can be almost invisible. A bird smaller than your hand can follow summer from one end of the earth to the other. It can cross storms, oceans, darkness, and distance. It can return to the beginning and start the cycle again. The sun gives bearing. The stars give memory. The earth gives direction. The ocean gives whispers. The body gives endurance. And somehow, the bird finds home. Migration is Earth remembering itself. No journey is only distance. It is instinct. It is endurance. It is danger. It is transformation. It is life refusing to stay still. Every migration is an epic saga. And somewhere above the moonlit ocean, a tiny bird is still flying.